We're back with our second video of the E3 2015 press conferences. The last video we watched was the Microsoft debriefing that I did. Now we're back with Sony. The other big head of the video game industry, we have Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. Nintendo's press conferences going on right now. Right now I want to talk about Sony though. With Sony, they started off right away with their press conference with a game that they've been putting on the little string for years now, The Last Guardian. They say it's officially going to be coming out next year. I still don't believe them. This game has gone through development hell, and it's one part of it still looks like the game that they've shown, but also they've changed the character. They changed the main character that you play as the boy. They've changed the Guardian up a little bit. The feathers look weird on that Guardian, but hey, the studio behind this have always they've made two good games before. Let's see what they can do with this one if it actually comes out. Guerrilla Games, the creators of the Killzone franchise. I've never been really big on that. I've had a hard time playing them in the past, but they are back with a new IP that looks incredible. Horizon. This is a post-apocalyptic game. It looks like the humans have kind of regressed to more of like a caveman style fighting, but the enemies are robots and kind of seems like a Terminator-esque scenario. But the detail in this game is incredible. The graphics are groundbreaking, and this was one of those games during this press conference that piqued my interest in maybe buying a PS4. Because as of right now, I do not have one. But who knows? Maybe this game will be one of the system sellers for me. But it definitely looks incredible. I really want to see more of it. Street Fighter V was shown. They've already announced this game, but now they've shown a little bit more of it. And continuing on the trend of this year is definitely of the bright and shiny graphics, and Street Fighter V, no slouch. Definitely an incredible experience. This is a console exclusive to Sony with the PS4. They will also have a PC version for Street Fighter V, so I'm not sure how that works with the whole Windows 10 to Xbox One scenario, but still a good snap by Sony. Street Fighter is a long beloved franchise, and this one definitely looks incredible. I really would like to play it. Media Molecule, this is something that's more on the downside for me, but Media Molecule, creators of the Little Big Planet franchise and the recent Tearaway, they're back with this more. They're still with the creator creation tool game, but seem like they're more setting up for you to create and show like a story. I didn't see, with what they were creating, I didn't really see my games out of it. It seemed more of creating a little world and a little story. So I've never been big on those. The tools always seem a little more cumbersome for me. The people that do spend their time with them and make something out of it usually can make something pretty cool, but not always for me. I'm more of the playing, not the creating. So nothing wrong with that. More power to anyone that enjoys this. Just not my cup of tea. Next up, Firewatch. I'm not sure it's going to be a console debut. That's what it is. It's a console debut on PS4. So hopefully, if I don't have a PS4 by then, maybe eventually come to Xbox One. But Firewatch it's kind of set up as a mystery game. As you can tell from the title, you are in a camp, and your mission is to make sure that the woodland area doesn't catch on fire. And you go out one day, something happened with the power, I believe. You go out there to solve it. Your radio buddy says, "Hey, where are you?" "I'm not in the tower." Well, who is in the tower? cut to black. Setting up a very mysterious story. I'm always one for those, and the art style is very clean and crisp. Looks very nice. I'm pretty excited about this game, and hopefully it leads up to my expectations. Pretty excited about it. But another game that was a complete shock, something that fans have been pounding on the doors of Sony and Squeenix for so many years, is a remake to the beloved Final Fantasy VII. Not my personal favorite, but I did enjoy experiencing Final Fantasy VII, and I know what this means, how much work, because Final Fantasy VII is a big game, and to redo the graphics like they're doing, the video showed what they intend for the game to look like, and if they do this, this would be the one remake I would probably want to play, just because Final Fantasy VII, going back to it now, those graphics are pretty hard to look at, and it does tell an amazing story, and it was a lot of fun. The battle system's a lot of fun. Final Fantasy, they were in their high point, I would say, with the 6 to 8 releases, 6, 7, 8. Those are all great games. I don't care what anyone says; they're all fucking great games. But each one has their favorites, and everyone stands for one particular one. And Final Fantasy VII always gets the limelight, but I do think that they're all great games, and this is pretty exciting. They also showed off a world of Final Fantasy. Everyone that was watching, the Fractal Minds crew that was watching, we were all pretty bowing our heads to this in shame, because it's a great concept, putting all the Final Fantasy games together, all the characters together, set them off in this journey, but the graphics are just of this cutesy teen boppy thing that we're just a little too old for, I think, at this point. And if it looked like the Kingdom Hearts graphics that they were kind of teasing, that'd be one thing, but it's just too hard to play with the chibi characters too much, so probably got to pass on World of Final Fantasy. But this next topic that I want to talk about is kind of more of a rant than anything. The Shenmue series has been a cult favorite for 2 entries. You have the original Dreamcast release, Shenmue 1, and then that didn't do so well. And the Dreamcast failed, so then they switched over to the Xbox, the original Xbox, and Shenmue 2 was released on there. It was a cult hit. Again, sales weren't there. It was one of the first more open world type games and you did jobs for people. It didn't play all that great. It had quick time events, which were nice at the time, but other games have taken that now and made better games out of them. So for Shenmue 3 to be a product of 2015 or 2016, 2017, whenever they're going to put this out, they definitely have to change what they did. They can't just make another Shenmue game like they did back in 2001, 2002. Games have evolved from now. The storytelling has been improved. And the games weren't even that fun to begin with. So in order for this to be something, they need to retool the whole game. And also another gripe about this wasn't Sony saying that they're going to release this game and putting them out on stage celebrating Shenmue 3. This was an ad for the Kickstarter that they just launched during the press conference. Why take this person out on stage and tell the fans that we're all excited about Shenmue 3, but then you want us to fund it and not give them... If you wanted to make the game, fund the game and put it out. Don't parade it and make it a fan call to arms project. I'm not a big fan of that, especially during the press conference. That's not when you do an ad. Shenmue 3. I'm not sure how I feel about you. But anyway, off of that nasty topic, we're back with another groundbreaking game, No Man's Sky. This is a universe-spanning game where each individual player starts in their own world / maybe solar system. It's all randomly computerly generated. Anything can happen with 1% less oxygen, 2% more carbon dioxide, then the world vastly changes. This game is very pioneering, and it sounds like a very, very hard game to tackle, and it seems like the developers even admit to that at some points. But it looks promising. I have faith in them. From what I've seen from the videos, from what the guys saw last night, we are all pretty impressed with No Man's Sky, and that might be also another system seller for us. Who knows? But for now, we'll move on. Along with Microsoft that pushed the indie games, Sony was showing off their indie games. Ton of indie games for this year. Devolver. Oh, look at that text message. So unprofessional. I'm so sorry, folks. But ton of indie games. You gotta support the indie developers. They're making truly the more original titles that they could kind of gamble more with. You can't gamble too much with the AAA games like you used to. They're becoming a little bit more by the book, and the indie games are those more original titles. So glad to see that both big publishers are really pushing for the indie games. But so we had the VR with the HoloLens with Microsoft. Now we have Morpheus with Sony. And Morpheus, they've showed last year. This time they showed a pretty interesting esports style 3-on-3 game. The graphics in the game look incredible, and the actual playing, if it looked fluid, if they can make that happen and be this dodgeball-esque kind of game, like that seems pretty cool. It's all first person, like virtual reality shit going on. Can't complain with that. And now, normally in past years, I would say at least 5 years now, a big mainstay in the Microsoft press conference has been Call of Duty. And if you watched the last video, you might have saw that I made no mention of Call of Duty, and it wasn't a lapse of judgment of me missing that. It was nowhere to be found because they've been in bed with Sony now. Call of Duty DLC is going to be day one with Sony, not Microsoft anymore. Not a big deal to us that don't play the games anymore. I'm not sure if this is what they're hoping for, to bring all those Call of Duty people to PS4. As I've been aware, it seems like the sales have been going down with the Call of Duty franchise. That's been a franchise that I wouldn't say plagued the industry, but it just seems like the same dude bros buy that game, and they only play that game. And that kind of does hurt the industry when there's only 1 or 2 titles that take up all the money from all the buyers, all the consumers. It doesn't leave everyone else to get the money, so you're not supporting those other games. So Call of Duty kind of going away from Microsoft, not a big deal to me. I would like them to focus maybe more on the independent games or new IP like Recore and everything. But good for Sony. Maybe this will do good for them. Who knows? This is probably the last part of the press conference that was really special to me. The Star Wars Battlefront footage. Talk about breathtaking and jaw-dropping graphics. We were all shocked at first when we first saw this. It looks like you're in the movies, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, on Hoth and on Tatooine. It's hard to describe because everything is so smooth. The way that the characters move, it looks just like the movies. It looks just like, it kind of looked like full motion. That's how much this looked realistic. We thought this was video of people shooting, but it was actual in-game footage, and in order for that to be achieved, that's spectacular and that's pretty impressive. So really, really, really excited about Star Wars Battlefront. And of course, that brings us to the last topic. Was Uncharted 4 was the last game shown, and Uncharted series has been it's been a very great franchise for the PlayStation family, and I haven't really enjoyed them too much. I played the first one, haven't delved into the other ones yet. I know the first one's the weakest out of all of them from what I've heard from the Zeitgeist, but for some reason I'm not grabbed by the Uncharted series. Maybe it's just something wrong with me, or just haven't gave it too much of a try yet, but I guess it's just the feel of Nathan Drake, his movements, and the shooting is not to what I prefer. I even tried The Last of Us, and that just didn't grab me. It might be something Naughty Dog. They just don't do it for me, I guess, which I don't understand. But anyway, great press conference. Sony definitely came back swinging. Microsoft did set them up really well to fail, but Sony did not let that happen. Very strong on both ends, I would say, overall. I'm not sure which one I would say I'm most happy with. I'm very happy with a lot of decisions that Microsoft's making with the games and the new UI. Sony has some system sellers for me, like No Man's Sky and Horizon. But then during the press conference, they made that stupid Kickstarter mistake. Oh well. But anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. What did you enjoy from the press conference? Did you enjoy Microsoft's or Sony's more? What did you enjoy most from Sony's press conference? Let me know in the comments, and hit me up on Twitter at DrummondJ108. And make sure you check out all of our Fractal Minds content for you. We have over 150 videos, hours and hours of content. You can subscribe to us. Make sure you stay connected to us. Until next time.